Hey, what's up everybody? Welcome back to Unparalleled Universe for another throwback action figure review, and today we're taking a look at the 2010 San Diego Comic-Con exclusive Hasbro Marvel Universe Ultimate World War II Captain America. And as you can see, this figure is still brand new in the packaging. I've never even taken it out from the plastic bag that it came in. And I got this at the actual convention, and if you know me, then you know that I like to open all of my figures, so it's kind of uncharacteristic for me to have a Captain America figure still in the packaging, unless of course I buy a double. So I did buy a double of this figure, and I was really hoping that I could use my loose figure for this review, but it turns out that I have no idea where the accessories are, so I'm gonna have to open this guy up. But that's okay, because that's always fun, and I could always just go buy another one of these because it's not like it shot up in price, so I'm okay with opening it. But let's go ahead and get into it. So let me go ahead and take off this little plastic bag that he comes in, and then we could check out the awesome looking packaging. Look at that. I believe this artwork was done by Mike Deodato. I think that's how you say his name. I'm not too sure, but he's a legend. He's awesome, and his artwork is instantly recognizable, so I'm pretty sure this is by him. If I'm wrong, I'm a dumbass, but it really looks like his art. But I love the way this looks. I like the silver letters that we have over here on the side. I even like the little Comic-Con sticker that we have right here. It's kind of hard to see, but it's really cool. And then on the back of the box, it says, boom, Marvel Universe. And then over here it says Captain America. Then we have the old school Captain America shield down here, and then it has the actual packaging for the figure on the inside of this little envelope type of deal. And this looks really cool too, man. And seeing this, it's gonna it's gonna kind of hurt to open this up. I really wish that I had the accessories for the loose one so I didn't have to open this, but you know, it is what it is. I've got to do it. But I love the way this looks. I like the silver around here, and I don't think a lot of the packaging for the Marvel Universe figures actually had silver. I think it was just because it was an exclusive they went with this style, but it looks really, really cool. And then you can see that it has like the figure and then his accessories and then a little top secret card back there. So we're going to open that up and check it out. It's for the War Department file with the secret code. Okay, cool. I can't remember what that whole thing was about. I think there was some kind of like online cataloging situation with these figures. I forget really. But oh, right here on the side we have another shot of Captain America. It says Convention Series 2010. 2010, holy shit, that was 10 years ago. Crazy. And then on the back of the packaging we get a look at the figure. We get a look at Osborn, because this is around the time when they had the Dark Reign going on in comics, and that was an awesome time in comics. So they kind of had it where Osborn took over the Fury files for the Marvel Universe line, so that is really, really dope. And then right here there's a little biography on Captain America. Check out all that information there. Gives you pretty much everything you need to know about this version of Cap. Right here we got the shield, and then that's about it for the packaging. So let's go ahead and open this thing up and take a look at this awesome figure. Alright, so here we have Captain America right out of the packaging, and obviously there's no big surprises for me here since I already have the loose one that I mess with occasionally. I still think this is a really nice looking figure, and it's one of the better Marvel Universe figures for sure, especially in terms of detail, because they really went all out with the sculpt. But before we get into all that, let's take a quick look at this little card, because this is actually something that I completely forgot about. I forgot that the Marvel Universe line had this little gimmick going for it, and it's pretty cool because it comes with all this stuff here. Like inside of the little envelope we have a war report, a top secret little thing going on, so this is cool. And I still haven't even read this whole thing, but there is something that jumped out to me right away, was that right here in the center it actually says Jim Howlett, so that's a cool little Wolverine Easter egg. So that is really cool. On this side there's nothing going on, and then it also comes with this little like stat card. Check this out. It talks about his powers and his weight, his height, his eyes, his hair, all that kind of cool stuff. So it's like a little card just to let us know exactly what Steve is capable of. So that is really cool. And then on this side we have that same artwork from the front, and it looks like it was by Mike Deodato. Is that how you say his name? I don't know how to say his name. Sorry, man. But no disrespect. He's an awesome artist, and it's really cool that he did art for these figures. But yeah, it's the same artwork on here that's on the front of the box, and I think that's really dope. And yeah, even though I wasn't really into this whole gimmick, I remember them promoting it, and it was kind of a way to keep track of the figures that you get. It's kind of like a checklist thing, I think, if I remember correctly. I'm not sure because I wasn't really interested in this gimmick. I like the idea of it, but for me, all I really cared about was the toys, you know? So even though I appreciate what they did here, it just wasn't for me. But yeah, as far as the figure itself, I think it's really, really nice. Let's go ahead and take a look at the accessories before we take a look at the details, because for me, I would say the details is the most impressive thing about this figure, because they packed a lot of good stuff in here. But as far as the accessories go, all he really comes with is his shield, and the shield is very nice. I like this old school classic type of Captain America shield, but I don't really like that they did the clip for his arm and the straps. I would have preferred one or the other, because at this point there's just too much going on back here. And I get it, they did it so that you can clip it onto his arm or you could strap it onto his back, but when you put it on his back, it just doesn't look that good, you know? Because between the straps on the shield and then the straps on the figure itself, there's just too much going on, and it doesn't look that good when it's put on him like that. I could appreciate that they were trying to make it diverse, so you didn't really have to keep it any which way. So, I mean, that's kind of cool, but I just don't really like the way these straps look on him like this. So I would have preferred just a clip myself, but I could definitely appreciate what they were going for, so that's cool. Let's go ahead and put this shield back on. And this isn't like the recent Marvel Legends Captain America shields where it's going to break if you try to put it on him. It actually fits right on his wrist with no problem at all. So that's cool. And then aside from the shield, he does come with this little pistol. And there's not a whole lot of detail on it or anything, but it works fine. And he could hold it without any problem. So that's awesome. And then the final accessory, I guess you could call it, is his helmet. It does come off. So that's cool. So as far as accessories go, he comes with a couple of cool things, but I wish he would have came with an unmasked or a completely unmasked Steve Rogers head. I think that would have been dope. And then maybe like a machine gun kind of thing. I think that would have been cool. But as is, I'm happy with what we have going on here. But let's go ahead and get in close and take a look at all the details on this figure, because I'm really impressed with the details. So, taking a closer look at the figure, starting off at the head, I do think this is a pretty nice looking head sculpt, but it's not like there's a whole bunch of detail to it, but it does capture the look from the comic. You could see that the mask part is brown, and then there's a strap that kind of goes all the way around the head, and that looks cool. And then the eyes are painted pretty well, especially for such a small figure, and that's about it for the head. And to be honest with you, I think it looks a lot better with the helmet, so that's the way that I keep them. But yeah, that's really dope right there. And the helmet's nice too. You could see the A right there in the front. You got the straps hanging down. And then the helmet itself is kind of like dingy and messed up. It looks a little war torn. There's a little paint right here where it shouldn't be, but it's okay because the whole look of the helmet is kind of banged up, you know. So I think it looks good. I like the way that looks a lot. But check out the detail on the actual figure. Look at all that right there. That looks really, really good. And I like the paint on it too. I like the darker blues in there, kind of mixed in with some light blue. Looks really good, but I'm really impressed with the sculpted fabric on his uniform there. That looks really dope. And the star looks really good too. The star is sculpted. It's not just painted on there or anything like that, so it looks really nice. And it looks like the white might have missed part of the star there, but it's not a big deal. It still looks good. And then we have these gold buttons that look nice. And I like the shade of red that they went with. It's like a darker burgundy kind of red. I think that looks dope. And then you have these straps that are soft plastic, so they don't get in the way or anything like that, but they look really good. And look at, they actually have a bunch of paint detail. Look at, there's a bunch of buttons and straps and things like that that are like painted gold. It's like a different color from the rest, you know, like the rest of the straps. Then down here we have some more sculpted details. It looks like he might have a grenade right here. And you have the gun holster. And the gun does fit right in there without any problem at all, so that's cool. So there we go. And then moving down into the pants, kind of carries on with that same sculpted detail that the upper torso had. So look at that. That's cool, man. That's really good. It's awesome to see them put so much detail into such a small figure, you know? And then take a look at the boots. Those look nice too. Again, we have some more paint details, like there's like these, I don't know what you would call them, but these little gold parts that are on there, like studs or something. Who knows what they are. But yeah, that looks good. And then right here we have some more paint detail. Look at that. That's nice. Same thing on the opposite side. Yep. So yeah, I'm just really impressed with the amount of details on this figure as far as like the paint and the sculpting goes. They did a really good job. Here down in the arm. Look, even on the wrist here, you've got some paint on the what's it called, the cuff of his jacket. And then it looks like he has like a undershirt thing going on there that matches the red on the front of his uniform. It's kind of hard to see here. There we go. But yeah, look at that, man. This is awesome. This is a really nicely done figure, and I'm just really impressed and surprised by the amount of detail that they put into the sculpt on this figure. It's really, really dope. And now for some quick size comparisons, we have Cap alongside the Marvel Universe Bucky and the Marvel Universe Red Skull. And I think this Red Skull came from the Invaders box set that was the Comic-Con exclusive for the year prior to this Captain America. And you could tell like the difference in quality. They really came a long way in that year. So that's pretty interesting to see. And both of these figures are pretty short next to Captain America. And I'm okay with that when it comes to Bucky, but there's no way that Red Skull should be this short next to Cap. And I can't remember if they ever did another Red Skull in this line. They might have, but I'm not completely sure. And then next up, we have him alongside Bucky Cap, and I don't think that this was actually from the Marvel Universe line. I think it was from the Captain America movie line. And I think that's a pretty good figure too. There's a couple things going on with him that are kind of funny, but for the most part, I think it's a nice figure. And then Commander Rogers on the opposite side is a really nice figure. I think they did a good job with that one, and that's actually a lot better than the Marvel Legends Commander Rogers. And then next up, we have Cap alongside a couple of his Invaders buddies. On the left, we have Namor, and this is actually the second figure that they did of Namor in this look. I think there was 3 total Namor figures in the Marvel Universe line, and they did 2 with his green Speedo. The first one came in the Invaders box set, and to be honest with you, it wasn't very good, but for some reason, I still have it, even though I'm not a big fan. Here, I'm going to pull it out of the box. And that's the one from the Invaders box set. It's not very good. As you can see, they came along and improved on it and made it way, way better. So I always thought this Namor figure is awesome. And then on the opposite side of that, we have the original Human Torch, which is another of Cap's Invaders buddies. And even though that figure is on a body that I'm not a big fan of, I still like that figure a lot. I'm kind of a sucker for the original Human Torch. I really like the flat featureless face. I think that is super dope. And I think this might be like the only official toy that we have of the original Human Torch. I could be wrong, but I think that might be the case. And he was also from the Invaders box set. And then next up, we have him alongside the Marvel Universe Grayscale Captain America. And I think he might have been the exclusive for Comic-Con 2009. I could be wrong. I'm saying a bunch of stuff in this video. I don't even know if it's true because, you know, it was so long ago. But I do know he was a Comic-Con exclusive because I remember waiting for it and getting it and opening it in my car. But yeah, so I have that there. And then on the opposite side, I have another Marvel Universe Captain America. And I don't remember where he came from. I want to say he came from the Invaders box set, but I think it looks cool. I like the colors that they went with. It's a little bit different from other Marvel Universe Captain America figures. And the grayscale one is really cool too. I mean, I don't have that many figures that are straight up like grayscale like this. I think that is really unique and different. Even though this Captain America body wasn't the best thing ever, I still thought it was pretty good, and it had sculpted chainmail, so that's awesome. And one of these days I might go ahead and do a review of the grayscale Captain America because for some reason I have like 4 of them. 2 of them are loose. I'm gonna have to see if I could find the shields, and then I have 2 still in the package. I don't remember buying that many, but you know, I have them, so I plan on doing a review for him. Let me know in the comments if that's something you'd want to see. But it's cool to have all these Marvel Universe Captain America figures. And just to show Cap with a couple of random figures, here he is with a Fortnite gingerbread guy and a Fortnite Omega figure. And I don't care what scale we're looking at, we're always going to have a Marvel Legends Pizza Spider-Man and Marvel Legends Bucky Cap comparison. And the articulation on Cap is pretty good too. I feel like by the time this figure came out, they had come far enough in the line that they started to implement a lot of good stuff. So Captain America definitely benefits from what they learned before him. So I think they have some pretty good things going on as far as the articulation goes. But let's go ahead and get into it. First off, his head is on a little ball joint, so it does go side to side. And we actually have a pretty nice amount of tilt in there. So that's cool. And he can look up to, let's see, it looks like there's a hinge joint for the neck, but it's very tight. So he can look up to about right there. Actually, dang, he looks way up. That's awesome. And then he could look down to, oh, his head came off. He could look down to about right there before his head wants to pop off. So that's pretty good for the head. And then at the torso, we have a diaphragm cut, and that's it. No cut at the waist or anything, but this diaphragm cut does get some pretty good range. He could bend forward to about right there, and his straps don't really get in the way at all, so that's cool. He could bend forward to about right there. It's not really much of a crunch, but it's okay. There's still some pretty good movement there. It goes back to about right there. It twists a little bit, and then you get some side to side. So yeah, I like that joint. And then for the arms, we have some ball jointed shoulders. So they do go all the way around. They come out to the side. He has upper bicep swivel, single jointed elbow, but they get a good bend. Check that out. It's more than 90. Look at that. That's awesome. For a single jointed elbow, that's really good actually. Good stuff there. And then for the hands, we have a swivel. It's really tight, but we have a swivel and a hinge. So that's cool, because I feel like a lot of Marvel Universe figures didn't really have a hinge on the hand. So that's awesome. And then for the hips, we have these kind of weird looking joints here. I mean, they don't look weird. They're fine, but you kind of have to like swivel them around to get them to move the way that you want. So as you can see, you have to swivel it this way to get his leg to go forward to about right there. Then it comes back to about right there. And then when you want to get it to go to the side, you have to swivel that ball joint again. And then you have to swivel the leg around like that. And then it could go out to the side to about right there. So that's cool. And then he has an upper thigh swivel. He has double jointed knees. Look at that. That's pretty good there. He's got a boot swivel. And then the feet can come down to right there. They could come up to right there. And let's see. Oh, yeah. Then he has rocking ankles. So, yeah, like I said, I think he has a really good amount of articulation, actually. So I'm happy with what we have going on here. I can't really think of anything I feel that he's missing. So, yeah, I like it. I like the articulation setup. All right, guys, so overall, I think this is a really good figure. And to be honest with you, it just might be my favorite Marvel Universe Captain America. I might have to look around a little bit to verify that. But off the head, I can't think of any other Captain America figures from this line that I like more than this guy. I think they did a great job, especially with the details on the sculpt. It's crazy that they were able to do that much in such a small scale. You know, they did a really good job on him. And I can't even think of any other Marvel Universe figures that have better sculpting work than this Captain America. I'm sure there's a couple out there, like the World War Hulk has incredible detail too, and there's a couple here and there, but a lot of them, you know, they share bucks between a bunch of different characters. This figure here has a unique buck. I don't know if they used it on any other figures, maybe Star-Lord or something, but you know, that would be the only one that I could think of off the head. But yeah, it's crazy that they put so much detail into like a figure that they can't really use that many times. So they did a great job with it. And as far as the accessories go, he has everything he needs. But like I said, I think an extra fully unmasked Steve Rogers head would have been nice. And I'm not really crazy about how they did the shield, because just check that out. Look how busy that looks. I wish there was a little less going on right there, even though I do understand why they did it this way. So, you know, it's no big deal. From the front, the shield looks awesome. But just in general, I think this is a really good figure. So I'm really happy that I have this guy. Unfortunately, I had to open up the one that I had in the packaging. But, you know, no big deal. I should have taken better care of my accessories. Then I wouldn't have had to do that. But it's all good. I'm happy that I now have a complete World War II Captain America that I could display somewhere. And Hasbro's tried a couple times to do this look for Captain America in the Legends line, and I mean, they've been okay, but I don't think I like either one of them as much as I like this. So this guy definitely set the bar high for this look for Cap. So I like this a lot. And yeah, this is a good figure. So I think that's it. Thank you so much for watching. Please be sure to like, comment, subscribe, and all that good stuff. And if you would like to see me review more Marvel Universe figures, let me know in the comments and give me some suggestions as to what figures you would like to see. Because even if I don't have it, I don't mind going around looking for it, trying to pick it up so that I could review it for you guys. Because I have a good time looking at these little figures. It's kind of a walk down memory lane kind of thing, you know? So I have fun. So let me know in the comments what other Marvel Universe figures I should look into, and I think that's it. So if you want to support the channel, be sure to buy an Odious head. I'll leave a link to that in the description below, and also be sure to join me Friday nights here on YouTube, where I do some live videos. We have some fun, hang out, answer questions, and all that good stuff, so come through for that. But yeah, that's it. Thank you so much. Peace.